Hello and welcome everyone to another edition of Coach's Corner, our weekly conversation with Trevor Gorman, the head men's soccer coach here at the University at Albany. Coach, thanks for a couple minutes. And obviously we knew, even coming into the season, that this past week was going to be a gauntlet. You had Stony Brook, a terrific team. You had Syracuse, a nationally ranked team. And then you had UMBC, who's won the league for the past 5 years and again is the favorite. Unfortunately, you lose those three. You have a sense that you have to pick yourself back up, or you guys still have a high level of confidence here moving forward?
Yeah, we're excited still. I mean, we knew, as you said, that 8-day stretch was going to be our most challenging. To play 3 opponents on the road in 8 days is hard no matter what, and tough environments to play in, good opposition. 2 of the teams have perennially been top 20 teams these last few seasons. So we knew what we were in for. That being said, we take responsibility for not getting the results. And close, as every coach will tell you, doesn't count for much in your rankings. But Stony Brook to lose in double overtime, and UMBC, we actually played one of our best games of the year. We had a clear advantage in possession. We created chances. We were on top of them, hit the crossbar, had a goal disallowed, did a number of things well. But ultimately you are what your record says, as they've said many times. So we come out of it a little unsatisfied, but certainly not letting that affect us move forward. We're excited. This is the time of year you want to be playing. These are the games you want. This is the stakes that you're looking to be a part of, and every competitor, every player thrives on that competition. So it really is just the next game. In 90 minutes against a quality opponent, let's get ready, let's play, and we certainly believe that we're capable of performances to win against anyone.
And you guys certainly were knocking on the door. I mean, you talk about 3 games on the road and you lose by a combined 3 goals. I mean, they're all one-loss games. You have double overtime and a handball that you eventually dropped that one, 2-1 Syracuse and 1-0 against UMBC. But moving forward here, how does the league shake up for you guys?
Well, the league is, as we knew going into it, is as competitive as ever. It's topsy-turvy. Anything can happen, and teams are battling every game. I think this past match day on Saturday, no game was decided by more than a goal. Wow. Every game was a 1-goal game, and I think of the 8 games that have been played so far, only one game has been more than a 1-goal game. So it just shows the level of competitiveness across the league, and we've seen a number of teams doing well. UMBC, I mean, they needed the game against us for their season because they had a tie against Hartford in the first game, and playing at home, they didn't want to have 2 games without a win. Other teams, Hartford's played both of their games at home so far, but they only have 1 point from a tie and a loss, so they're our next opponent. They come in here a little bit desperate now on the road. We've been on the road for our first 2, and we haven't gotten the points yet, but we have the comfort of home games. Those games are only comforts if you take care of business. So everything is wide open in the league. Everybody has picked up points somewhere, and there are no easy games. We've scouted all the opponents, and it's going to be really exciting down the home stretch.
Do you like that you got rid of most of your toughest opponents on the road and finished the backstretch of the season mostly on Bob Ford Field?
Yeah, I don't really think about it too much. As we always say, we can't control the conference schedule. That's the one part of the schedule that coaches have no control over. So whatever they give us, whoever we play, home or away, we know in this conference that it's going to be a difficult game, and the games are sometimes so different depending on the opponent and who's there. We just line up to play whoever's there, and we feel we were good enough. We could have gotten maximum points off of the first 2 games, but we didn't. That's the fact. And now we turn around, and our next 2 happen to be at home against teams that, again, we think we can get maximum points, but we have to prove that on the field.
So you have Hartford on Wednesday night, and then you have Lowell coming on Saturday.
Yes.
I mean, obviously those 2 games are going to be highly competitive. You talk about the league, but is there something that you see in those teams, and more specifically Hartford, because that's right, more pressing, that you can exploit?
Well, we've typically played some great games against Hartford over the years. I think you have 2 teams that have players that like to play good, attractive, attacking soccer. There's certainly a high level of athleticism, a high level of competitiveness, but it's been 2 teams that when we've gotten together, I think the games have typically been pretty good to watch for the neutral. So looking ahead to them, we know that they have players that individually can cause trouble. We know they'll be well organized, and they'll certainly be here willing to do anything to grind out a result because, as I said, they need it. But we like some of the matchups, and we think that if our players play to their potential and they play the game that comes naturally to a lot of them, they'll have opportunities to be successful. So that's an exciting game, and Lowell's a little bit of the same. Lowell's come into the league and done a great job. They've got good players. They like to play with the ball on the ground and move off the ball, and they play a good, attractive style of soccer. So we like playing those kinds of teams, and usually it makes for a better game for the spectators.
Well, best of luck, and thanks for a couple minutes here.
Absolutely.
All right, that'll do it for this week's conversation. As always, you can catch Trevor and I next week as we look back at Hartford and Lowell and look ahead to the rest of the backstretch of the America East schedule. For Trevor Gorman, I'm Zach Bye. We'll see you next time.